How's it going, people? Rebirth here. I think it is time we start a new Let's Play. At the time of this recording, Amnesia Rebirth is going to be coming out pretty soon, so in anticipation for it, I decided we'd go back and take a look at a classic with Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I don't think I need to make too much of an introduction for this game. This is an absolute classic of horror. We play as Daniel. We are trapped in a creepy castle and we don't even know why we are here because, as the title says, we don't remember who we are. So, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
And so it begins. This really does bring me back. Let's look at the mementos. The mementos are basically the objective of what we have to do. Follow the naked trail and find its source. There's no diaries yet or notes, but that's okay, we will deal with them in due time. But before we do anything with this, let us do some exploration. And I'm glad we did because we get a tinderbox. Tinderboxes are going to be like a little currency for us to feel safe. But we will know. You guys will know when we get to that part. First of all, I do kind of appreciate this. How this game gives you a little tutorialized area. Get accustomed to the controls, get accustomed to the world around you. I do appreciate that despite the passage of time, this game looks beautiful. Yeah, this is where I can start using the tinderboxes, but we're not gonna do that. Instead, we're gonna mess around throwing stuff. Because that's the sensible thing we should be doing when we have amnesia. Alright, first things first. Looking around here. Fair enough. We're not doing so hot right now. Well, at least we're good now. I wonder what happens if I try to leave. This happens. Yeah, we do have a sanity meter here. We will look at it later. Because as we can tell, Daniel is not doing too hot right now. On top of not remembering anything outside of his name, he's... well, he's in a creepy place. But hey, more tinderboxes. Yeah, they used to light candles and other light sources. The current number of tinderboxes are shown in the inventory. Right about here. They're gonna be important to keep ourselves well lit. It's all a matter of knowing what to do here. Alright, carrying on. More tinderboxes, I appreciate them. So far so good, right? And it's already clear that there is someone else beside us here. Yeah, Daniel is not exactly the bravest here. But, you know, if we were in his situation, it's not like we would fare any better. Alright. Yeah, somebody has definitely been around here. And a door just opened just because. Say, you know what would be the most sensible thing to do? Okay, first let's check out this place. Oh, glad I did. Got a tinderbox. And looks like Daniel really doesn't like being in the dark. Not that I blame him. Okay, now, before we check your deal, let's take a look around here. Only a sure. But yeah, why is this place open? There's a bunch of nice paintings, there's a bunch of everything. Standing in darkness resulted in slowly train. Turn on lights in the environment using tinderboxes. Alright. Yeah, darkness is a mechanic here, and that... Yeah, you can stay close. Right, we can continue then. I am not gonna use any tinderbox unless it's absolutely necessary. Now we go into the archives. Anyways, this place is a lot better lit. That's kind of a relief. I really love the atmosphere. It's been years and I am still feeling it. Witnessing events will reduce your sanity, can be increased completing puzzles and making progress. Yeah, my sanity is starting to drop. So the more Daniel gets scared, the worse it is going to be for us. Suddenly cockroaches. I'll take my tinderboxes. And the cockroaches are gone now. That is weird. Let's see if there's anything else for us here. If not, we're gonna have to call it and keep moving forward. Yeah, there's really nothing for us here. Moving on. So far so good. This castle is not in good shape. I do have to point out, isn't it interesting that we saw cockroaches that look like they're African cockroaches? Why would they be here if we're in a castle that is clearly set in Europe? Food for thought. And we got the lantern. When filled with oil, it can be turned on by pressing F or selecting in the inventory tab. Alright. Now we take a look around. Hopefully we will find something else that can be useful. Also, I cannot abuse my tinderbox. No. I cannot abuse my lantern usage here. Oof, and my sanity is getting worse. If I run out of light too much, I'm gonna be trapped in the darkness. Trapped in the darkness means less sanity. And less sanity means trouble for us. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Once again, this castle is not in good shape at all. That is creepy. It does do a pretty great job of setting the mood, doesn't it? And yeah, my sanity is just not doing good at all. If it goes any lower, I'm gonna start having a really bad time. Oh. But hey, more tinderboxes. I appreciate them. There's nothing else for us to see here. It doesn't look like it. Fair enough. Let's continue following the trail then.
"19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink." "Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel."
And there it is. Also, we got ourselves an oil. So, yeah, Daniel went through something so horrible that he had to give himself amnesia. And it was bad enough that now he wants to take down somebody called Alexander. Oh, that name takes me back. What did Alexander do? Well, I guess there's only one way we're gonna find out. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like messing with the... It's always worth it to see if there is anything useful here. But yeah, now we got ourselves a little... We got ourselves a little purpose of what we are supposed to do. There's no mementos, which means we are basically on our own right now. So let's see what happens if we do this. We make important progress. And now the game is encouraging us to run. Welcome to our first hub.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
Interesting flashback. Some sort of organic tissue blocks the path to the refinery. Can it be dissolved? We got our first major obstacle. We're gonna have to remove this. If we try to touch it, the styrofoam piling, it can't be worn by hand or tools. We're gonna have to look around and see what we can do to destroy this. I do kinda like that even though Daniel doesn't speak, he looks like he's gonna be willing to do what his other self asked him to. And well, given the nature of this game, we will have no choice but to comply. The fuller we have our lantern, the better. There they are, African cockroaches again. Also, this is the main entrance of the castle. I could easily leave, right? Wrong. The shadow, everything you see here is the shadow chasing us. Which means that no, we cannot in fact leave. We are stuck doing this one way or the other. So let's begin. Let's see where do we go first? There's the wine cellar. There's the laboratory. I guess we can go to the laboratory first. Yeah, some stuff definitely went down here. What in the world will be behind that pile of rocks? Also, my sanity went down again. That is not good. And the best part is, we're not even at a point in the game where we should really feel in danger. Oh, we will be in danger. Even though we don't have combat and we're walking for most of the time, this is a survival horror game. And survive is what we must do. Once again, I heard steps. Okay, this is when I start wondering if I should start using my tinder boxes. Because the oil runs out fast. Okay, let's see. Chemical relocation. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are strained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. There's the hint. Chemical ingredients have been moved to the laboratory we have to go to the wine cellar now. Oh, you. My sanity is still pretty bad.
There should be more coop racks. Let me see. And one part aquaforce.
Interesting. And we made back our tinderbox. Oh, what is this? One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and for a long time life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. Interesting. We'll take the chemistry pot for now. Early alchemy experiment. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense some close. Calamine and opiment are a given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt Aqua Regia instead of Aqua Fortis, in hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was successful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put on any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution for my predicament. This is an important thing. It affects organic tissue. Evidence in the laboratory has revealed that combining 4 chemicals can create a powerful acid. It is violent against organic tissue. So the tissue that is blocking our path is organic. You know, just to remember how creepy things can be. Okay, so we don't have anything else to do here. We need to go to the wine cellar. And it's gonna be best that I do it as soon as I can. There we go. Ooh. It's like we're putting together a little backstory for it. I like that. Okay, so I guess we should go to the wine cellar. It's locked and will not open without a key. Well, guess that gives us even more objectives. This is another thing I enjoy of this game. A lot of the objectives and a lot of the progress come by simply exploring. That means a lot. Okay, so if there's gonna be nothing useful here, guess we'll have to see what is upstairs. Of course it won't budge. Yeah, this entire castle is a mess. I also gotta love those little bits of light sneaking in. Like, you can tell there is still hope outside, but we are trapped here. So beautifully evil of this game. What's down here? Nothing useful. We're going to the archives then. Okay, archives time. Rare books, Libid Rari. Oh, this is in Latin. Also, this has to be my favorite ambient sound in the entire game. If only because it makes me think of Silent Hill. Like, just listen. Exactly. Just rumbling sounds that kinda give the idea that they're the moaning sounds of monsters or demons or whatever.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Alright. So Daniel was in an important expedition. What was it for? Well, he was hoping to find something to add to a museum, so... This means he... Hey there. He was not really interested in anything but just, hey, let's find something nice to put in there so people can see it. Okay, nothing for us in this room. Let's try looking around over here. Our oil is not doing good at all. This is kind of why I wanted to do the tinderbox stuff. Gather as many as I can. And hey, at least we get to make our tinderboxes back the more we use them. Just gotta know when to use them. Wilhelm's contract. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian Royal Court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this seal. Wilhelm, House of Garrick. So this guy wanted to work for Alexander. Well, wherever he is, but I wonder if we're gonna run into him. Okay, let's see what's over here. Nothing here or here. I don't like the sound of that. Again, the atmosphere is really good, but also really disturbing.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Getting trapped in an excavation is a horrible way. It's a horrible situation to be in. This is like Daniel has been having it rough even before he ended up here. Okay, let's see what we can find over here. Old tomes. Maybe this will be useful. Yeah. I don't like that. No, seriously, who's playing the piano? Let's see if we can find anything useful here. Nothing. Well, looks like I wasted a tinderbox then. Unless... Ooh. Never mind. Never freaking mind. I'll take it. Anything that means more tinderboxes and more oil, that is good for me. Okay, now... let's look around over here. Like, with the lamp on, we're essentially on a timer before things start to really take a number on us. Local history. Okay, we got something. The door leading to the local history room is locked. Is there other entrance? We will look for it. At least now we know our place. Also, the piano music stops somehow. Do I really want to go here? I only know I do need my oil, and there's a piano. The question is, who in the world was playing it? Once again, a reminder that we are not alone here. We're definitely not alone. Nothing here. Alright. But I do see stuff here. Oh. This was bad enough that it made me faint.
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Interesting. Very interesting that we got to relive that particular flashback. Well, this actually served a good purpose. I'm not gonna stop right here. We will need to make a bit more progress. Not breakable by hand. That's a nice hint. It's a good thing we just happen to have a stone on us. Alright.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Indeed. There is some sort of secret door mechanism in the local history room. We will take a good look at it, but for now, I think this will be a good stopping point and something to leave you guys hoping for more. Oh man, did I miss playing this game. It really takes me back and it's still holding out so far. We haven't run into any danger yet, but it's only a matter of time as we are not alone here. But first things first, we will have to take care of the hidden door mechanism. Are we gonna be able to reach it and get the key we needed to the cellar? Or are we going to succumb to whatever it is here with us? I guess that is something we're gonna have to find out in the next one.